Charity workers, what's your most memorable experience while volunteering? I was volunteering at the downtown men's shelter when I first met Kevin. This was my third year helping out on weekends, and you kind of get used to seeing the same faces coming and going. But Kevin was different from the start. He showed up one Saturday morning wearing clean jeans and a button-down shirt, looking like he was heading to church instead of cleaning toilets. Most volunteers came in groups from their college or workplace, did their required hours, and disappeared. Kevin came alone and stayed longer than anyone else. Every single weekend for 7 months, Kevin was there. He mopped the cafeteria floors until they sparkled. He scrubbed the showers with bleach that made his eyes water. He folded hundreds of towels in the laundry room without complaining. The guy even brought a chess set from home and spent hours playing games with the regulars who had nowhere else to go. The residents loved him. Old Pete, who usually told everyone to leave him alone, would light up when Kevin walked in. "There's my chess partner," he'd say, grinning with his 3 remaining teeth. Kevin never missed a weekend. Rain, snow, holidays, didn't matter. He was always the first volunteer through the door at 8 a.m. sharp. What made Kevin stand out wasn't just his dedication. It was how he carried himself. He never acted like he was doing anyone a favor. He never had that look some volunteers get, like they're uncomfortable being around homeless people. Kevin treated everyone like they were neighbors borrowing a cup of sugar. I started noticing little things about him. He knew exactly how many dinner rolls to order for Sunday meals. He remembered which residents needed help with their medications. He even started bringing his own cleaning supplies when our budget got tight. The man was more reliable than our paid staff. Then came that February blizzard that shut down the whole city. Snow piled up 3 feet high, and the mayor told everyone to stay home unless it was an emergency. I figured nobody would make it to the shelter that Sunday, including Kevin. But Director Janet decided to check on the building anyway, worried about the furnace or pipes freezing. She got there around 6 in the morning, 2 hours before we normally opened. That's when she found him. Kevin was curled up in the storage room behind the kitchen, sleeping under a pile of old coats and donated blankets. Empty soup cans sat on the shelf next to him. A toothbrush and bar of soap were lined up neat as pins on a cardboard box. Janet stood in that doorway for a full minute, trying to process what she was seeing. Our most dedicated volunteer had been secretly living in the shelter for months. The guy who cleaned our bathrooms was homeless himself. When Kevin woke up and saw her standing there, his face went completely white. He started apologizing immediately, scrambling to gather up his few belongings like he was about to get arrested. "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry," he kept saying. "I know I shouldn't be here. I'll leave right now. Please don't call the police." Janet just stared at him. "Kevin, how long have you been sleeping here?" "Since October," he whispered, not meeting her eyes. "I lost my job at the warehouse last year. Then I couldn't make rent. I had nowhere else to go." That's when it all clicked into place. Why Kevin never took lunch breaks with the other volunteers. Why he knew the building so well. Why he was always the first one there and the last one to leave. He wasn't just volunteering, he was surviving. But here's the thing that got me. Instead of taking one of the regular beds, Kevin had been hiding in a storage room. Even when he was desperate and homeless, he didn't want to take a spot away from someone else who needed it. Janet called an emergency meeting with the staff that Monday. Instead of kicking Kevin out, they got him properly enrolled in our program, fast-tracked his paperwork for housing assistance, connected him with job placement services. One of the counselors even donated an old laptop so Kevin could apply for work online. Within 2 months, Kevin landed a job at a logistics company across town. Good pay, benefits, the whole package. He moved into a small apartment and finally had a real address again.